All right, and I'm going to go in here. I'm going to hold down Shift and select all these clips. And the first thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to group all these together. Not group them all. I'm going to actually consolidate these. So I'm going to make a new. I'm going to duplicate this playlist, this comp playlist, and I'm going to consolidate these using Option Shift and 3. So it makes these into a new audio clip, and you can see up here in the upper right-hand corner, it's a new audio clip. So I've got that there. I'm also going to close down my tracks over here on the left. We don't need to see that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you. Let's see, where is it? It's under Edit, Strip Silence right here. Strip Silence is awesome. It's kind of like a manual gate. So a gate is real time. So let's just go ahead and let me close down the Strip Silence here for a second. Let's just take a look at this gate here one more time. I'm going to turn all that stuff off and turn my gate on. Let's take a look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12. So you can see the gate is kind of opening and closing. If I just turn the gate off, if I bypass it, which is basically muting the gate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can just hear that hum going straight through the whole thing. Well, what I can do in the gate, what it does, it chops it up so only the parts that are loud are going to pass through. So let's just take a look at this in the notes here. There we go. So the gate, it's like a manual gate. So the gate opens when the sound is heard, and then when it's quiet, the gate closes. So like this here would be our noise on the bottom here, and then this here would be where my vocal is, right? So we can see that's kind of happening in here. So if I go in here, I'm going to make this extreme and make it bigger. So we can see in here, all this noise here is that background type of sound, right? And the gate is going to open and close where the loud parts are right here. So if I go ahead and hit go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And I can choose where the gate opens and closes, like how loud or soft. So if I bring it all the way down, it's just going to remain open. 1, 2, 3. We're just going to hear that sound all the way through. If I open it up a little bit more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And the idea with a gate is you have to find that perfect balance between noise and sound. Gates work really good on like guitars, like overdrive guitars and stuff like that. They work great on stuff like that. They work okay on vocals. Drums, they work great because drums are loud and soft, and they're really loud and then they're really soft. So they work good on drums. With vocals, especially if you're like here, there's like a lot of little small things in here. The F sound, the S sound, the T sound. You can hear it's kind of like uneven with those types of parts. So it doesn't work great, but it works pretty good. And for live situations, it's fantastic. Well, I'm going to go ahead and turn off my gate here. And I'm just holding down Command or on a Windows machine Control and clicking the plug-in here to bypass it. And let's go ahead and use the Strip Silence. And Strip Silence is like a manual gate. So in here, actually, if I open up my gate here, there we go. We can see there's a lot of overlap between the controls here. So I have, let me pull this down and pull this over. There we go. So now we can see them both on the window. Yeah, okay, cool. So here we've got Strip Threshold and we've got Threshold. And they both do the same thing. So the lower I set this, the more it's going to like not cut things out. Then I've got my minimum strip duration, which is like the hold over here. And I've got Clip Start Pad, which doesn't really have an equivalent here. It's not really the same as attack. Attack is like how quickly the gate happens. And then Clip Pad End, which is kind of like the release. But basically what the start and the end pad do is they kind of add a little bit of extra onto the beginning and the end. And that's really where it stops and starts, because the ratio for, like I said, most gates do not have a ratio, and they usually don't have a range, although some of them do have a range. But this one here, this Strip Silence, watch what this does. If I take this and I'm going to turn my minimum duration down, no pad in the beginning or end, and let's just put this in here. And if I turn this up, you can see it's putting lines in here. And these lines, if I hit strip, it's cutting out all the parts where the lines are not. Let's do this. So what I want to do is I want to balance between all these controls, so I'm cutting up my clips automatically, but I'm not cutting too much of it, or I'm leaving the nice blocks in here. So we can see here, if I do this, yeah, this is dope. And this is like, it's little things like this. Like I'm a huge, like we just discovered, or we just talked about, I'm a huge Ableton Live fan. I use Ableton Live all day, all night in my productions. But when it comes to audio editing, there's a lot of tricks that Pro Tools has that even Logic doesn't have. Logic is also very powerful, but Pro Tools still has the most tricks that you can do with stuff. And this is one of them. This is a great one here, the strip silence. So I'm going to go ahead and put my minimum duration in here. I'm going to go ahead and, let's see, bring this up a little bit more. This duration. You got to balance between these here a little bit. And you can see in here, it's going to count these all as one big block because of this little stuff right here. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and hit strip, and it gets rid of all the stuff. Now if I listen to it, let's just listen and hear what it sounds like. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, I don't know if Reaper can do this or not. Actually, I know about Reaper, but I've been using Pro Tools for so long that I never really had a reason to get Reaper. So I have nothing against Reaper at all. I've just never had a reason to use it. All right, so in here, 7, 7. Oh, Carl says it can. Awesome. Yeah, great. Great, so there. 7. Okay, cool. So I can do that. Let's cut this one up here. Let's listen to this. 5, 6, 7. Yeah, these are like almost like right there on top of each other. So what I'm going to do with these is I just go ahead and cut it in here and do this. Yeah. Yeah, and also I think Adobe Audition can do this kind of stuff as well. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Cool. So we've got all this stuff in here, and with this, what we really want to do is we want to add fades on all of these. So I'm just going to highlight all of them and hit Command F, and let's just use these batch fades here. And the length is going to be, yeah, let's leave it at 10 milliseconds, hit OK. And well, actually, let's do a little bit more than 10 milliseconds. I'm going to do a bit more. Let's do 100 milliseconds for each one. Let's see what that does. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2. Great, and that sounds pretty good now. I mean, now we can hear that it automatically did the fades for us, and I just did that by highlighting everything and hitting Command F or Control F on Windows and changing this length to an acceptable amount. And I just know 100 milliseconds because I've done this enough times that I know 100 milliseconds is about right for how much I want to fade up and down on each of these. It's not going to do any crossfades like this really because nothing's overlapping, although it did do a crossfade right in the middle, and I probably want to get rid of that crossfade actually, this one here. Where'd it go? Where are you? Right here. Okay, there you are. Yeah, so well, I actually didn't do a crossfade. What I'm gonna do though is I'm just gonna take this and drag it like that a little bit. Oops. There we go. And you can see that whole process was pretty quick. Let's just go back to the beginning and do that again. So we got this here. So here's this, and I've got all this. Let me get rid of the beginning and end fades as well, actually. Let's just make sure that sounds good. 12. Yeah, cool. All right, so I'm just gonna highlight all this. I'm gonna hit Command U or Control U for strip silence. I'm gonna go in here and mess with the strip silence just to make sure we're good. Some stuff here. There we go. And really what I wanna do is I just want to make sure, well here, wait, hold on a second, let's get back in there. Oh wait, hold on a second. Wait, before we do that, let's consolidate this. Option Shift 3. Okay, wait, hold on a second. I forgot I undid it one step too far here. So Option Shift 3, let's consolidate this into a new track clip. There we go. And now strip silence. I could have used strip silence without doing this part here, but let's just do this. Okay, strip. So we have a couple things here before we keep going. Extract, separate, and strip. Extract is the opposite of strip. It actually gets rid of the loud parts. Separate just separates it into new clips, and then strip actually gets rid of the silences. So we've got this in here. Now let's just go ahead and clean this up just a little bit, because like this stuff here is not 7. Yeah, let's get rid of that. 7. That looks good. Cool. 5, 6, 7. Awesome. Okay. So that looks pretty good there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight all this, hit Command F for fade, set these to 100 milliseconds so it's a good little setting there. What are you eating? Oh yeah, you can eat that. And hit OK. And you can see it put little fades on there. So let's listen to this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Great. And the only one that's weird is this 12 over here. So we're going to go back over here and adjust this. Fade like that. Boop. Move this over. Let's just get rid of it altogether, actually. There's where the T begins, and I know that because I've seen enough of these before. 12. Great. And also probably the ending a little bit too. Yeah, there we go. Awesome. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Perfect. Okay, sounds really good. And if we added this in here as well, put that back in, put that back in. We do not need the gate because we just did the gate. So get this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You can hear that 5 is a little bit weird, but it's okay. I'm going to go ahead and stop there because I think that's enough with the strip silence. And it's in the notes here, so Command U or Control U if you're on a Windows machine. Select the clip you want to apply strip silence to, hit Command U, adjust the controls appropriately, and then apply strip silence. The strip threshold is the same as the gate threshold. Minimum strip duration is the same as the gate hold. Clip start and clip end, just to add some extra length into the front or the end of the clip. And then when you apply it, you have strip, extract, or separate. Strip is the one you're going to use the most. Extract and separate sometimes. Extract really not ever. Keep in mind, strip silence is non-destructive. You can still edit the clips after you've applied it, and this is what I really like about it, because if I want to go in and make some edits to things, I can easily do that. So strip silence is really, really, really cool thing there. All right, so there we go with that. Now let's go. Let me go ahead and stop that recording there.